Well, that was a nice change of pace. Now I feel reinvigorated to make this episode 27 of the Doofy Doo talk through of Shiren the Wanderer. Last episode I demonstrated the rescue system by rescuing Lena from Fate's Final Puzzle. You got a quick preview of Fate's Final Puzzle, but I played so poorly you really didn't get that many spoilers. This episode I'm going to do some more of Fate's puzzles. Only got 5 left until I'm done, thank goodness. And also, I'll try to do as many errands as I can. I don't believe I'm going to unlock Poo-Poo's Cave this run, but in a few runs, I can feel myself getting pretty close. I should mention that you have to beat Poo-Poo's Cave and Scroll Cave, so the first 2 bonus dungeons, before you're allowed access to Fate's Final Puzzle. So it's going to be a while before you get to Fate's Final Puzzle for real. And just getting that little taste last episode made me really eager to get to Fate's Final Puzzle as soon as possible. So I think for the next few days I'm going to try to make 1 episode a day. I won't be able to keep up that pace for very long before I run out of time, but maybe for 3 or 4 days until I at least unlock Poo-Poo's Cave. I think I can do it. You might have noticed I don't really enjoy this part of the game with the puzzles and all the cutscenes. However, to be fair, normally if you're playing this game for the first time, you don't just power through all the puzzles at once usually, or see all the cutscenes on a big clump like this. You would play Table Mountain a little bit, die a couple times, go through a few runs, maybe get another cutscene. So they aren't really concentrated this heavily when you play the game for the first time. It's just that I've played this game before. Oh, that was dumb. To try this again. So I am just really powering through this part of the game because my whole goal is to unlock Fate's Final Puzzle. That's what I really want to show you. The rest of the game is cool and interesting, but I am just basically trying to get through as quickly as I can without completely going insane. This puzzle is pretty easy. It's another Bufu stat puzzle. Just need to make some Rhinodillo meat and then use the Rhinodillo's butt slap to slap one of the other Rhinodillos across that little creek at the bottom, and then I'll switch with it. The puzzle will be over. The most important thing is to paralyze the Rhinodillos at good spots. Last time I paralyzed it right where the upper right one is standing, and the other ones could just walk around those soft corners. This time I will make sure that I move up a space before I paralyze it. That way the other Rhinodillos won't be able to walk around it. And then I'm good to go. All I gotta do is find... Oh, there they are. I think I'll try to paralyze 1 more after I make this meat. So I'll get the meat. I guess I could paralyze him... Nah, I want to paralyze him someplace where I can get around easily. That doesn't look like a good spot either. I forgot what the bottom of this map looks like. Let's see here. I think, yeah, I think I'll get him back here on top of this immobilization trap. And hopefully I don't miss. Yeah, I can definitely get around him here. Alright, and we're good to go. All I gotta do is eat my Rhinodillo meat and then knock that first paralyzed Rhinodillo downwards. You can see that whenever you eat monster meat, you get a free action. You do your special ability as you turn into the monster, so you can use that to your advantage. For example, if there was a monster in your face and you had some Rhinodillo meat, you could eat the meat and you would butt slap the monster away without really wasting a turn. Alright, a dragon herb. You know what that means. Little bee, where are you? Oh my goodness, Tiger the Drunk is there too. I don't know, who should I dragon herb? Tiger the Drunk is kind of a jerk, but Little bee is the biggest bee in town. Decision made. Little bee dies again. I want to head on up to Bamboo Village. I'm pretty sure this episode I can start the final series of cutscenes that lead to all the bonus stages. First things first though, I will find the Smith's Apprentice. The Smith's Apprentice side quest takes forever to finish. Hey, she's actually working. Oh, I see. You wanted to talk to the Smith. I understand. No, it's cool. So, these are all your tools, huh? Am I bugging you by standing here? Alright. Oh yeah? Yeah, I bet it's where you work. Pounding out the iron, thrusting your molten hot rod over and over into the furnace of love. Smith's apprentice, how could you? How could you choose a rewarding, challenging career? Working under a skilled professional. Over me, Shiren the Wanderer. A man who burns children to death and talks to the weasel that lives in his pants. Fine, be that way. I got lots of girlfriends. This episode's going to be really difficult for me because I'm going to try to figure out how to attract social people to Shiren the Wanderer. And I don't mean just people that like to talk to other gamers. I mean people that like to agree with other gamers. People that like small talk. People that like gossip. Hey, there's a new cutscene. His name is Con Man. Whenever a guy tells you his name is Con Man, you gotta be kind of suspicious of his motives. He actually calls him Con Man. That's the Con Man I know. See you later, C-Man. Uh-huh. It's because they're skimping on the ingredients. This guy doesn't even know. Alright, there's a super long series of cutscenes that kind of signals the official beginning of the post-game dungeons. It's pretty lengthy too. I believe it's longer than the cutscene at the end of Table Mountain. When you see this cutscene for the first time, usually you've been playing the game for 20-30 hours, so it comes as a pleasant surprise to see that there's even more content waiting for you. Now that I've helped these guys out, I can eat at this restaurant whenever I want for free. Usually they'll give you something good that increases your stats. Ooh, Chintala curry. I like my Chintala curry like I like my women. Hot, mysterious, surprisingly sweet, and covered in a rich brown gravy. That simile didn't work out as well as I thought it would. But hey, my maximum fullness went up by 3 and my strength went up by 1. Well, everybody's happy. Got a chef working for you. Everything's gonna work out. Plump and wrinkly. Yeah, he loves drooling over plump, wrinkly things. Uh-oh. Wait, Suzuko, are you hitting on me too? Because I think your mother-in-law hit on me last episode. Oh, Naoki is not satisfied with the level of success he is at. He wants even more. He doesn't know when to stop. He must be an achiever. Alright. While this cutscene gets underway, I put it off long enough. I'm going to have to figure out how to change our imaginary roguelike that is loosely based on Shiren the Wanderer in order to attract socializers. People who want to agree and get acceptance and belong to a group of other gamers. I said last episode that these people almost seem like aliens to me, like another species, because I am extremely asocial. I know somebody, guys. Somebody who knows a lot about food. Gabara, maybe? Yeah, I guess. He likes pots, so maybe he likes the food you put in pots too. I don't know. I just guessed, really. Just as with achievers, in order to figure out how to attract socializers, we first will have to figure out what they want when they interact with other people. And as far as I can tell, socializers like to gossip about human relationships. They enjoy talking about celebrities, who's sleeping with whom, current events. They don't want to actually go into great depth about the theory behind the events, but they just want to say that something is happening and maybe make a quick comment about whether they approve or disapprove. So basically, small talk, reality TV shows, celebrities, sports, the weather, viral videos, anything you can talk about in sound bites attracts socializers. And just as with achievers, lest I be accused of just dumping on socializers and making them seem like terrible people, I will say that there are a lot of things I respect about socializers, even though, again, I am one of the most asocial people you'll ever meet. I respect the warmth of Socializers. They make you feel comfortable. I respect the fact that they don't like conflict. I'm also kind of averse to conflict, so usually they try to smooth things over. And I respect that they're helpful. They truly do want to help other people and make them feel better. So they're not completely useless, although generally most of my friends tend to be explorers. Socializers I get along with fine, but I don't know, I have to make them talk about something of substance. Alright, they've come up with this crazy plan. They printed out the flyers. This is like the the end of an A-Team episode. I feel like that music should be playing. Dun 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 dun. Take these letters to Gaibara. I always hate these things in RPGs where it's like, take the magical doodad to this guy in this town and he will give you a message. And another flim-flam to take to so-and-so in this other town. There are so many missions in Xenoblade that are like that. Go find this NPC. Now go talk to this NPC and bring him this. Now get 3 goat's horns and bring them to this NPC. It's just like, ugh, I don't play games to be some kind of errand boy. It's just completely worthless to me. Alright, I think I've got the plan. Take this invitation letter to Gaibara. I can manage that. Fortunately in Shiren there are so few towns that I don't have to go very far to find people. Again, I hate to keep ripping on Xenoblade because I really think that game is pretty good overall. But just running around trying to find a certain NPC and they only come out a certain time of the day and they wander around different places. Oh, it's so terrible. Well, I thought really hard over the last few days about how to attract socializers, and I realized they like events, and they like tradition, they like gossip, they like celebrities. So it would be cool if in our real-time multiplayer roguelike, you had like a scheduled event, almost like a race through a dungeon. And, you know, the dungeon could be the same instance across many different races. You would have maybe, I don't know, 10 or 20 different people in different places randomly assembled, and they would just race through a dungeon. There would have to be some kind of sophisticated scoring system though. It couldn't just be who makes it through the quickest. It could include the amount of loot that you had. There could be a bonus for the number of other wanderers that you kill along the way, or a bonus for the number of monsters that you kill. You could have monsters wandering around, obviously. But if you did this regularly, you had like a little race. I think that would be appealing to socializers. It would be kind of an event they could do together if they wanted to. And you would have champions that kind of emerged. And there's this sort of moment, if you have a scoring system that's actually interesting, when you reach the end of a floor, you would have to kind of weigh your options. You could think, oh, I could just go on to the next floor, try to get a really good time. Or I could wait for some of the other wanderers to go to the stairs. Maybe they're still out there. Maybe I could try to kill them and take all their loot and then increase my score that way. Or maybe I could team up with one of the other wanderers and we could go through the floor more quickly. We could take out all the other guys. So it's kind of a, what's that, Hunger Games vibe, you know? You got a big group of people randomly assembled going through a course, and their alliances are kind of loosely formed. They could turn on each other at any moment. Again, a little bit reality showish too. So I feel like that would be something that might appeal to people who are into social relationships, because there's a lot of sort of drama and backstabbing, and they could spectate, they wouldn't have to participate, and you could publish the winners. There could be really exciting moments where somebody turns on somebody who used to be on their team. I don't know, just something I was thinking about. It's pretty hard, again, for me to get inside the mind of a socializer. Of course, you could also have a cooperative bonus dungeon where a socializer and a group of their friends could go through together. Something in the vein of Zelda 4 Swords for the GBA. That would be another gaming environment that would be very comfortable for socializers. Alright, we have gotten Gaibara to the restaurant. He's eating the food. If he doesn't like it, he can break all the jaws he wants. He's finding a jaw. He's got it in his hand. He's constipated. This is a moment of truth. The tension, I can't take it. I think I'm gonna have to end the episode. So next episode we will find out if Gaibara likes the food or not. And I will finish talking about socializers in games. I'll see you then. In 1995, an amazing roguelike was made by Chunsoft and largely ignored by gamers who failed to appreciate it. This game was eventually remade, putting its maximum potential on display. Today, still played by Doofy Doo, it is the subject of this talkthrough. If you like a challenge, if you love roguelikes, and if you can find it, maybe you should play Shiren the Wanderer.
Fine, be that way. I got lots of girlfriends.